One thing that agents and their clients should be focused on in 2022 is building values. We've all seen the last few years, almost everything has gone up in price. In particular, in our industry, the cost of materials and cost of labor have really skyrocketed these last few years. You'd know if your building limit is too low by talking through with your agent, would be the first step. Agents have software to run replacement cost estimators where they plug in building material, square footage, cost of labor, and then it spits out a replacement value. And this is just really an estimate meant to get the conversation started. And if you want a more detailed approach, you can always hire a third-party inspector to come out at your own expense, and they could give you a much more detailed value to use for your replacement. There's two main consequences of having a building underinsured. One is very easy to see in the event of a total loss. So say you have a fire, completely destroys one of your buildings. Policy limit is $500,000. Turns out it actually costs $750,000 to replace that building, which leaves you with a $250,000 gap in coverage. Easy to see how that's a concern. The other one, not so easy to see, is a partial loss. So this comes into play because of the co-insurance provision in a policy. Typically, you'll see 80% co-insurance provision, which basically means you're responsible to insure your building for at least 80% of full replacement value. And if you don't do that, there can be significant consequences that can be assigned to you. So looking at that same example that we just discussed, you have, let's say, a $100,000 partial loss this time and not a total loss. Again, $500,000 building limit on the policy. Full replacement is actually $750,000. You can see you're not quite meeting that 80% co-insurance provision. So on that $100,000 claim, you're only going to get $83,000, leaving you with a $17,000 gap in coverage. I am Jared Martinelli at BCF Group, commercial risk manager here, working with local businesses. Been here for 6 years now.